Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 5 Minute Friday. As you can see, I'm here all by myself today. Maggie and Miranda are off on the first annual PI Women's Empowerment Retreat, believe it or not. So I'm talking to myself, which is kind of weird, and I'm switching by myself, which is also got its issues. But as every week, we are live streaming to YouTube and Facebook. We're using vMix Pro 22. We're using some cool PTZ Optics cameras from our friends over there at PTZ Optics. I got the X-Keys mouse mat. I got social comments coming in via our Kindle Fire and vMix Social. And as ever, we are switching with the magical X-Keys XKE 124 T-Bar with the optional video switcher key set installed on it. And today, you can see my magic fingers controlling everything. I have some really cool guests. We got Steve and John from mycasebuilder.com, and we're talking about road cases. We have designed a series of road cases for our X-Keys. Let's bring these guys in. They can tell you about it too. Oh, get that off your face. Are you with me, guys?
Yes. Hey, how's it going?
There. Good. And this is Steve and John. So you guys, if you guys my friends out there have never been to mycasebuilder.com, it is a cool site. Let me just, let's take a quick peek at that for a minute. There's the site, mycasebuilder.com, and they have this awesome 3D tool that you can actually go in and design and build exactly the case that you want, perfectly fit for whatever gear you're going to put in it. Did I get that right, Steve? Is that pretty?
Absolutely. I think you're hired. You did very well.
So, tell us a little bit more about mycasebuilder.com, how you guys got started, how this all works.
Sure. So I'm the owner. I've been in the foam business since 1986. And my father had started in the foam industry in 1962. So I basically grew up with foam, and we decided to grow the business. We would focus on cases with custom foam. And we had this issue that everybody has different items that they want to put to their case. How can we create a custom water jet cut precision insert without having the gear, or just how can we make that easier? And that's when we came up with the My Case Builder application right on our website to allow you to drag and drop inside of your case and create the custom foam.
And I love that tool. I just had the ball. I enjoy CAD work anyway, but taking all of our products and fitting them in the case, and then having another cool thing about their tool, guys, which I would try to show it to you, but vMix is telling me the CPU is overloaded here, so I hope we're not buffering out there. After you have your design and you think you know what you want, you can click into the 3D space and manipulate that design so you can see where all the pockets are and see if you've cut through the case or if you're bleeding over in some area. That, to me, was a game changer in terms of getting from that 2D representation into looking at what am I really going to get when I order this thing.
Yeah. So also our design program allows different layers and cutouts inside of the cavity or inside the cutout. So exactly on the 2D, it looks like maybe just a bunch of rectangles on top of each other. When you add that depth, you can then have shapes underneath other shapes and a full 3D representation of the case. And especially on the sides, you don't want to poke holes into the side as you come to, in most cases, get chamfered down sideways, and so it will show you whether you're too close to the edge and make it easier to create your custom.
And right now, I want to show you probably my favorite design, the one I worked probably the hardest on, is the one for our 124 T-Bar. And if you look at The pockets I was able to put in this thing, I've got a slot for the cord because you got to coil up the cord and put it someplace, and pockets for our feet that come off. And then this well over here lets that T-bar sit down into it, and it's all very well protected when this thing's loaded in the case. I know it's not going to get beat up. And let me find my right input. That's the one I'm looking for. Sorry. So it does a very nice job of protecting the X keys, and that was one complaint we had with people is they're taking these things on the road, and they would get there and half of the keys would be knocked off, or the T-bar handle would be broken or something like that. So it's worked out really well for us.
Yeah, you want to make sure that obviously everything's protected, everything has a place. You want to make sure that before you go out, that everything's there, right? Since everything is, and then when you come back, you want to make sure you got your cables, you have everything in there, and of course, protect it on the way back.
Yeah. Now, John, I've been working with you to get a series of landing pages together so that when we're done with this, we would be able to have links right from our product pages on our site that somebody can click through, land right on your site, and have the design loaded so they could just hit add to cart. But then we have other options for them. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. We're just in the process of finalizing the link so that you'll be able to click on the link and automatically your case will be pre-made and ready to go. In addition to that, we're going to have the ability to customize it so that if you had an extra battery or something like that you can put in the case, we'll be easily able to modify it so that the way we operate is we can make one case or 1,000 cases. It doesn't really matter.
And if one of our end users wanted to upgrade, I mean, I went with like the economy model because I wanted to try to keep the costs down for our end users. But if they wanted something that was a little better than that, what kind of options do they have?
Exactly. On our homepage, you'll see all the different brands that we carry. So we're master distributors for just about all of the major case manufacturers. We also have our own line, which is called Doro. They come from Italy. They're comparable to Pelican case, however, about 30% cheaper. You can go into our link on the homepage that lists all cases by size. They'll give you a breakdown. So if you have an idea of the size that you're interested in, you'll be able to see all the different cases available within that size with pricing and everything else. So you can make a real simple decision as to what you want. You also can contact me anytime by email, John, John, at mycasebuilding.com. And I'll be happy to help you as far as design goes or any other questions you might have.
Yeah, that's another thing that's been really nice is that as I've been working with you guys, your support is terrific. I mean, I get answers to my questions like that. And, there've been a couple times I've submitted designs where someone has reviewed them and said, did you know that you're cutting this all the way through here? And, giving me an opportunity to fix it if I wanted to, or just say, yeah, that was my intent. I don't need protection in that area and I need more space for the cord. So that's been great.
Well, it's been a focus of our company from day one, really, is to customer service is the most important part, really.
And now if somebody say, they've got one of our big 124 T-bar units, like the one I'm switching the show with right now, and they wanted a bigger case and they wanted to be able to put more things in that, they'll be able to take the design that I've created and kind of position it somewhere in that case and then add to it. How would that work?
So basically, right. So on the link that you have from your website, they would click customize. It'll bring them to that design tool that you just showed, the My Case Builder design tool. And at that point, they can just switch the case. So there'll be an icon, edit the case, and go to a bigger one, right? So let's say, or like you said, an upgraded heavy-duty case, like a Pelican or one of the other brands. And at that point, they can get a bigger canvas and then start dragging and dropping. They have a shape library. So let's say they wanted to put the PTZ or camera. They could pull from the library, place it wherever they want in the case. Maybe they want microphones or other cutouts. They would be able to do rectangular cutouts with some measurements and so on and so forth. So yeah, very easily you could create everything that you want to put into that case. So you could just take one case with wheels and a handle and bring it to your site, unpack it, and be ready for your shoot.
Right. That's and I'm trying to remember now. It seems like because you guys this foam is being cut like one design at a time. So as I recall, the delivery time was maybe like 3 to 4 weeks. Was that about right for
Usually
return?
even better.
Okay.
It's about 10 to 12 to 14 business days. So
Business
about 2
days.
to 3 weeks. Yeah, before it leaves our factory. Correct. In New
Gotcha.
Jersey.
Gotcha. And guys, the prices are good. They don't beat you up on shipping. It's just, I can't recommend them enough. That's why we chose them when we were looking for somebody to do these road cases for us. So we kind of presented our case here. I'm gonna, like we do every week on the stream, I'm gonna close it out at this point, and then we're gonna come back and take Q&A from the viewers in the post show. So if I find the right button here, guys, we will be right back.
Thank you.
Man, do I miss Miranda. She's usually my TD running all this stuff, so I don't have to think about it. I can just yak and answer questions. Okay, we've got a question here. Dedeker, is PI giving a discount? I need a case for some of my rifles.
We can definitely get a discount code for that. Absolutely.
Dedeker, I don't think that's right. I mean, if you're going to buy a case for your rifles, like you should get your own discount. I think we could do a discount on X keys cases. Although, if you want to put an X keys with your rifle in the case, Dedeker, by the way, guys, he is a brewer, an amazing brewer in Switzerland, I believe. He'll correct me. And he's using
deal.
And he's using X keys to brew his beer somehow. It's a trade secret, so we're not allowed to know. Let's see. I got some silly questions here. Tommy wants to know the maximum height you can drop one of these out of an airplane.
Well, if you go to one of the heavy duty cases, I mean, those are military grade cases as well. Waterproof, crush proof. You can drop them pretty high. Maybe not off an airplane, but they can definitely take some beatings.
Rudy's talking about adding bird dogs and decimators. Those are, you guys aren't in the broadcast industry. Those are equipment. Bird Dog makes these amazing PTZ cameras and other adapters and things.
Absolutely. Yeah, those might not be in our library, but you can take a picture of any shape to create the cutout from the picture. So yes, you'll definitely be able to put those in.
And then Dan says, due to all the shows that we do here, maybe we should get a big case to put all the smaller cases in.
A case of case.
Absolutely.
He says that Dedeker says, I only asked as I see they sell rifle cases. I need one for my Ruger and Thornet APR 308.
Shoot me an email and I'll be happy to help you. John at mycasebuilder.com.
JOHN at mycasebuilder.com, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'm not seeing any other real questions. Let me go back through comments. I've got a couple of our longtime fans are asking me about that, if it's true that I'm leaving. And yeah, guys, it's true. I'm leaving at the end of the year. I'm going to Grand Rapids to be with my granddaughter, and it's gonna be a bummer leaving all the PI folks and you guys out there that I'm talking to, and I'm just barely getting this project going with Steve and John, but family trumps everything. I gotta. That's
fun. Good luck.
Yeah, my wife is already calling her a 9-pound bully because she's making us move. But It's all good. What do we have here? Another smart comment. Rudy says, I need a case for all my beer glasses when I come over to Michigan. Yes. Yes, you do. Steve and John, did you guys have any questions for our viewers out there about what they want to use these for, or I don't know, anything? I'm grasping here.
Oh, no, absolutely. No, you mentioned the PPCs, so we want to get some more of those into our shape library to be able to have more people use the software easier. So, is there any? We do some for the Panasonic. Is there any suggestions as to which ones we should be looking into?
That's a good question. Guys out there, anything that you want aside from Dedeker's APR 308? Any requests out there? We have a pretty good partnership with PTZ Optics, and now I'm trying to remember. You're in New Jersey? Is that right?
We're in New Jersey, correct?
Jersey, right? And they're out there in eastern Pennsylvania, as I recall. That could be a good partnership. I'll give you some contact info for those guys. They do make a very nice line of PTZ and other types of cameras that it would be good to add those. Rudy, as from your question, come on, a lap there. Yeah, he's saying that bird dog cameras and PTZ Optics cameras would be good to have in your library. So
yes, I will definitely go ahead and put those in. Yep.
Question from our brewer, Dedeker. Do you ship to Europe?
Yes, actually, we have a partner in Europe, My Case Builder Europe. So it would be mycasebuilder.eu, and you would be able to ship. It ships from Amsterdam. They cut the foam in Amsterdam and do everything over there.
Oh,
so, yes.
We were just in Amsterdam for the IBC convention. Do you know if they were they there?
They were there, yes.
They were.
Yes,
oh,
they were there. Yeah. We partner up with Max cases, MAX cases from Italy. Really great case. We call them Doro here in the States, and in Europe they're Max cases. And they were there at the show, and absolutely.
And Tommy backs up Rudy, says PTZ and accessories.
Okay.
And Rudy says that's interesting that you have a good partner over there.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Well, we covered our info. Unless, can you think of anything that we left out in what we were talking about? And is there anything?
No. You had mentioned flat rate shipping, or is $8.99. That's anywhere in the country. Europe's a little different. But flat rate shipping, it's we wanted to keep it easy. Unlimited cutouts, by the way, inside of your case for one price. So it's not like you're building your case or you're changing your case, or and all of a sudden the price goes up. It's one price per case, or unlimited cutouts inside. And then finally, we're here to help, and we really appreciate you giving us the time and our working with you on your cases, and looking forward to it. And sorry to hear that you're leaving at the end of the year. We wish you well in the future.
Thanks. There is something else that I wanted to bring up, in that in the ordering process, there is a checkbox for a guarantee on your design, which is really nice. For a little extra money, you can make sure that you haven't made a mistake, or if you get it and something's wrong, you can change the design or fix it. And
that's our fail-safe insurance. So if you opt for that, which is typically in the neighborhood of anywhere from $7.99 up to maybe $30 on a bigger project, if the design doesn't meet your specifications, or you don't love it, or you need to make a little change or something like that, we redo the foam for you completely at just that charge.
You got a compliment from Rudy. He says, love those customer-driven companies.
Thank you, Rudy. Really appreciate that. We try hard.
And Tommy says, nice info on something needed for the folks that do remote live streaming. And yeah, that's a big deal. And that was where we were hearing it. On our end is the guys that do the remote streaming needed something to protect that X keys when they were moving around from place to place all the time.
Yeah.
So, and I guess lastly, the last thing I can think of at the moment, is there anything new or cool happening with my case builder that you guys want to tell us about? You guys have anything new coming up?
Well, so we recently basically switched our standard foam, which was a black polyethylene foam, which is really nice, heavy duty, but still soft enough to protect. We've now added it's called Top Guard foam. So we take a 6-pound density topper on top of the foam, which gives it a nice rigidity, lasts you longer with the entering, putting stuff in and out of your case. And we have colors. So it's very exciting. We have blue, black, yellow, and red. So it really kind of, you open up your case, you really look like James Bond at that point. With a cool setup, as well as being protected. So that is definitely new. And coming soon is going to be public designs, so that when people do make their designs, they'll be able to share them with the community. So we're going with a community-based approach to get some of those shapes into our library. And the answer to that question, Dedeker, is yes. Any product that you want to put in. So in our library itself, we have drones and cameras and audio equipment, and even somebody had mentioned beer. We have bottles in our library, so you could do booze cases. Anything that you want to put into your case, you can make it.
Yeah, Dedeker, that online design tool it's fun. I really enjoy playing around with it, and you can easily get your shapes in there and move them to different places around inside the case until you get just what you want. So.
And it's easy to learn too. So within a half hour of messing around on the website, you'll be up and running and able to really design your own case.
Yeah, if you have any CAD background at all, it's very intuitive. Drawing your shapes and assigning the depth. And the other, I'm going to sound like I'm working for you guys. The other cool thing I loved about that design tool was that you left the values in there so that if I missed something by a fraction of an inch, I can just go into the window where that distance, depth, width, whatever is, and type in the value that I want instead of trying to, use my mouse to get just that little bit extra. And same thing with positioning. Whoever did that design tool, they really did some fine work on that. Oh, okay. That was I was not paid for that endorsement, by the way.
I appreciate that. That's basically 7 years of fine tuning and really trying to understand how the power users can use the software, and then make it easy enough for everyday people to do it.
And that is really a challenge. Dan just says maybe you put a bottom layer for your keys, and then
also one of our latest additions is my tray builder, which enables you to basically make a removable tray with straps, little handles on it, so that you can actually do just that. So it's also on the website.
Yeah, that we added this year.
Tommy wants to know, is there maximum thickness?
So the answer is no. We have about 11 manufacturers of cases that we work with, and it's about 400 different sizes. So you can go anywhere from a thin case all the way to 20-inch case, 30-inch case, and of course foam only. People do use the foam just for trays or drawers or road cases. So we can basically do anything.
Big Shoe says we need a rail driver case. That's another product that we make. It's a train cab controller for playing virtual train simulations.
I'm actually going to start writing this stuff down.
I'm not sure how popular that one would be, Steve, because most of our end users for rail driver are at home and they're not packing that thing up to take it on the road.
I'm crossing it out.
But the PTZ cameras from PTZ Optics, the stuff from Bird Dog. Yeah, I'll give you some contact information. Those guys are out of Australia. They're really a lot of fun to work with.
Right.
And we're getting thanks. And I'm not sure what Rudy's referring to here. Miranda, can you send me a picture so I can design a cutout for next year's IBC show? Oh, I'm not sure if he's talking about a case there or if he wants to do something like our little spiny Norman character that we had at IBC this year. Maybe he wants to do one of those of Miranda, which she's small enough that you could pretty much do a life-size cutout of Miranda and put it in your suitcase.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely.
Oh, and before I forget, guys, we are a member of the Streaming Mascots Alliance. That's something else I should talk to you guys about as we're working here. You don't do any live streaming right now? You don't have a weekly show or a
You
monthly?
don't know spectacular. I think I might want to try doing something here. So yeah.
It's a really interesting way to be able to reach out and engage with people like we're doing now, and then it's persistent. You know, when we're done with this, it'll be up on YouTube. Anybody can refer back to it, and I will
Absolutely.
put in our descriptions on YouTube and on Facebook. I'll make sure I have all the links to you guys and your site and everything.
Fantastic.
Okay, I think we really are done this time, unless I see anything else. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Rudy wanted to make a case for Miranda herself.
Okay.
Yeah. Not sure what the airline would charge you for that kind of.
I don't know how much
backing.
you would love that.
Yeah, that's true too. All right. Like again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to do this. I hope it was fun for you. It's always fun for me and for our little group here. So I'll say goodbye, and I'll be talking to you as we continue. Guys, watch our website, and we're this close to getting those landing pages up. So you'll be able to click on our product page, click on the case. It'll take you right to My Case Builder, where you can buy the case or take our design, put it in another case, and get exactly what you want for a good price with great service.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Steve
really
and John,
appreciate it.
thanks again for the time, and we'll be talking to you.
Take care. Thank